like to give a special thanks to those of you at Occupy San Diego that were there defending the tent. I'd like to give a special thanks to Canvas for a Cause, some of which who were maced in the face by San Diego Police Department, who I will not give a special thanks to today. Fellow queer people and those who are in solidarity with us, for too long we have been too kind. While our government spends a grossly disproportionate amount of our tax dollars on the war machine and at the expense of U.S. workers and at the cost of uncounted deaths in those countries in which we are spilling their blood, Uncle Sam now comes to you decorated with a rainbow pin, a deceiving smile, and a finger pointed at you. And he says, "I want you." However, I am forced to ask, does Uncle Sam want me, or does he want to use me?
Right.
He has ignored us. He has ignored us and demanded our silence in the 80s during the beginning of the AIDS epidemic. He has ignored us and made us criminals within our own bedrooms until recent sodomy laws were struck down in recent history. He has ignored us for too long and still today is refusing to us health care for our ill, medical treatment and surgery for our trans community, denies us protections from labor and housing discrimination, and even today senselessly bans gay men from giving blood. Uncle Sam, I don't believe you. Don't Ask, Don't Tell has been repealed, homophobia codified into law is still widespread throughout this country. With little protections coming from the federal government, we too pay for this war with our taxes, while they refuse to same-sex partners Social Security benefits. While they will now let us fight and die in their military, we are not even given the courtesy of a knock on the door when our partners' lives are lost overseas in their wars. We receive no death benefits. Yet we are now being recruited to join the world's largest military. And for what purpose? So that we can perpetuate American imperialism and domination upon the world? So that we can fight and die so that the arms dealers can profit? So that the natural resources of another country can be secured for the business interest of the 1% of Americans? So that the U.S. military bases can be built in every damn country in this world. Uncle Sam, you may want us, but I say, no, thank you. Although Don't Ask, Don't Tell has been repealed, it is our duty, queer people, to refuse to enter service. We must, instead of joining into the military, which is used to bully the rest of the world into submission, join a movement, join a people's army, like the one before you, that is building to bring about social justice, economic justice, peace, and global equality for all people. As we struggle for our people and our history to be included in the federal, not just the state curriculum, and for safe schools, we must demand education for all, or who will learn about our history. As we struggle for AIDS treatment and trans-inclusive health care, we must demand health care for all people. As we struggle for our rights, we must always be aware of the oppression of others by the same system. It is time, queer people, that we realize our oppression is systematic and is inherent within a structure that relies upon inequalities to survive. And it is time to bring that structure down. I'd like to end with a quote from a hero and an author and a historian, Howard Zinn. Civil disobedience is not our problem. Our problem is civil obedience. Our problem is that numbers of people all over the world have obeyed the dictates of the leaders of their government and have gone to war. Yep. And millions have been killed because their government, and millions have been killed because of disobedience. Our problem is that people are obedient all over the world in the face of poverty and starvation and stupidity and war and cruelty. Our problem is that people are obedient while the jails are full of petty thieves, and all the while the grand thieves are running the country. That is our problem.